Hey everybody, my name is Barry Rapkin. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Identified Technologies, and it is my pleasure to speak with you today, tell you a little bit about drones and what they can mean for you and your business, and help you find the right drone for you. If you've seen some of our former or previous webinars, they have a little bit of a format to it. So the first couple of slides might be familiar, but after that, there's a lot of, I think, valuable new information coming your way. A little background on me. I'm a graduate of Carnegie Mellon Tepper's School of Business. I founded and sold 2 online companies. And what really attracted me to Identify Technologies was just how powerful what they're doing is and how broad their applications are. We've been featured by TEDx, NBC, CNN, Inc., the Business Times, UAS Magazine, TechCrunch, and South by Southwest. And with that, I'd like to just get into it and tell you why and what it can mean for you. So for today's agenda, we're going to go through the basics that everyone should know about drones. We're going to talk about how drones are benefiting your specific industry, and as part of that, what drone is right for you given your specific needs. So maybe you're in agriculture, maybe you're in bridge inspections, maybe you're in film. Whatever it is, you're going to have a little bit different needs, and there's a drone out there that can help you achieve them. After that, I'm going to open it up for audience Q&A, and feel free at any point to be entering questions in this field under the video. Questions are very welcome. And then we'll open it up with a special limited time offer. So with that, let's just dive right in. So how did we get here where drones are so popular, so pervasive, so powerful? Most of us remember model RC helicopters and planes. We've had them for decades, and they were just toys. They weren't something you would use as a professional. So what changed? Well, it's a combination of things. Basically, for most people, when they were using these toys, this was their experience. You know, they'd fly around for a few minutes, if they're lucky, maybe an hour, and they lose control. The thing topples, it's flimsy, it's hard to steer, and it crashes and burns. And, you know, you could see you could see the result. So what happened? What changed in the technology where now this is, again, so powerful and so useful? Well, it's actually a combination of things. NASA developed miniaturized flight controllers that can automate the steering of drones. The United States Navy developed GPS, and now we have miniaturized GPS, which can let it know exactly where it is every moment. We have miniaturized sensors, so the same that you might have in your smartphone, gyroscopes and accelerometers, so it can tell with a great degree of precision where it is and make micro adjustments at every moment, down to the fraction of a millimeter. And digital cameras, miniaturized digital cameras, have allowed for very high resolution data capture. So all of those things together, combined with the existing model aircrafts, create a pretty robust data collection engine. We're seeing applications to it in a wide variety of areas: real estate, sports, movies, and TV commercials, and then also in the industrial space. So agriculture, construction, landfills, mining, oil and gas, mapping, surveying, energy, and many other applications. So some people think that all you can do with drones is snap a couple of photos or maybe take some video. This is absolutely not true. You can automate very advanced 3-dimensional surveying, mapping, and monitoring. So of course, you can do photos and video, but you can do 2D distance measurement, 3D in-depth volumetric analysis with applications for earth moving, mining, anything like that, 3D point clouds, contour line maps, as well as DSMs, high-resolution orthomosaic overlays. You can do site risk prevention and response. Just for example, you can look at the vegetation surrounding a pipeline and see if there's signs of a gas leak that's killing the plants nearby. You can do that scan very quickly and efficiently, or just be doing regular data collection looking for rust or corrosion. And you can also do as-built versus as-planned overlays, so you can find potential misalignments or issues before they become real problems, work with your team to solve them, and share your progress every step of the way with the customer. And in the near future, we're also going to be offering gas detection and methane, multispectral detection, and thermal imaging. So even what I just listed is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's going to be constantly evolving technology. So for the case study, the question was, what's the right drone for you? There's a huge range for drones. If you want, you can spend $93 million, get a Global Hawk from Northrop Grumman. Weighs in at about 32,000 pounds. It's very impressive, can fly at 357 miles per hour, all that, but that might be more than you need. On the light end, you can get a Phantom Vision 2. It's from DJI. It's a fun toy. And again, that's something where you can snap a couple of pictures. Not really an industrial tool, but it's great for a light hobbyist. And then you have everything in between. So to talk to sort of specific drones for specific industries, let me put it in perspective. So drones are everywhere. Farmers are monitoring crops. Energy companies are inspecting pipelines. Hollywood studios are filming movies, and contractors are conducting land surveys on rugged terrain. Commercial drone usage is now taking off in just about every industry. But just like you need different horses for different courses, a drone that's perfect for one situation might not be right for another. So what we're going to do today is learn the most common commercial drone applications matched with the best drones for the job. So for agriculture, farmers are purchasing agricultural drones equipped with cameras for close monitoring of crops. This data allows for increased water efficiency, pest management. You can see what areas of your field are maybe getting too much in water or what need more pesticide or what have you. California's 3D Robotics and North Carolina's Precision Hawk, as well as Japan's Yamaha, are key players in this field. And there's a lot of great technology happening here, and it's very agricultural focused, where they don't just have the drones, but they actually have software for you to analyze your crops and interpret it from overhead. For bridge inspection, on the left here, you see how it's typically been done. You need a cherry picker. It's a multi-person operation. It's at high cost. You have to shut down at least part of the bridge while you're doing this. And, it's dangerous. A lot can go wrong. Now, Asymmetric Technologies recently became the first company to receive FAA approval to perform bridge inspections with drones. So this technology uses high-resolution video and thermal imagery to detect faults, corrosion, and other signs of deterioration. And they can do it without having to shut down the bridge. They can do it without putting anyone at risk, and do it at a just high level of comfort and lower level of cost. For film production, aerial photographers are using drones for everything from TV commercials to major motion pictures. This is due to their relative ease of use, agility, and low cost. You no longer have to charter a plane or a helicopter. The leading drone manufacturer in this sector is Shenzhen, China-based DJI. And this pictured DJI Inspire 1 quadcopter can cost from $3,000 to $8,000 depending on the features and the package. If you want to have a professional crew, it's usually around $2,000 a day for a film set, which compared to a manned helicopter and team that might be $20,000 a day, you have a 10x savings and you're still capturing the high resolution visuals that you want. Now on the construction and engineering side, Identified Technologies' Boomerang drone is the leading system today for aerial job site mapping. Automatic piloting and wireless communications allow 2D and 3D precision updates in near real time. The Boomerang system has a proven 200x faster than traditional methods for aerial surveying at a fraction of the cost. Centimeter resolution maps are created with 99.6% accuracy compared to conventional surveying approaches. So the Boomerang is used to track changes to earth moving, excavation projects, update inventory for stockpiles. You can do everything I talked about with as-built versus as-planned, checking for signs of damage or rust or vegetation. So anything with that is well suited for. And works just as well for mining as it does for earth moving. There, the application's a little different. You're looking at trying to check your inventory in near real time, know what your stockpiles are. And what that lets you do is you'll never miss another sale because you underestimated how much product you have available, and you'll never lose another customer who was disappointed when you promised them inventory that you don't actually have. So you can get near real-time updates and know exactly what you have available on your mine. For utilities, drones are valuable for regular inspection of equipment. They're indispensable for checking damage to power networks after natural disasters. Maybe you have a solar field or a wind turbine field. You can automate the inspection of that. And changes such as dead vegetation around pipelines, as I mentioned before, can show a methane leak. You can look for rust, cracks, corrosion, damage to foliage. Any of that clues you in on issues before they become massive problems, and you can fix potential risks early. So to a lot of people, a drone is just a drone, but as I said, there's many different brands, there's many different applications, and there's even different types of drones from the same brand. So the two biggest, or the biggest difference is you can have quadcopters / multicopters. So that's one where they're going to take off like a helicopter, just straight vertically. They don't need a runway, and they can come in for a straight vertical landing. And they're either going to usually have 4 blades, so that's a quadcopter, or they may have even more than 4, which is a multicopter. And the alternative is a fixed wing drone. So that's going to look more like a traditional propeller plane. They're going to need some runway to get going. They're going to need sort of some runway to land. And they're both good for different applications. If you want something very precise, very safe, and easy to use, a quadcopter or multicopter is great. So that's what the Boomerang drone is. It's good for inspection, surveying, energy, construction, and mining. But if you want something that can go a really long range, so maybe that's mass agriculture on giant farms, that's rural large field surveying, that could be humanitarian aid in a let's say a state after a terrible earthquake, there a fixed wing is really going to be your best bet. And just to go through some of the differences, when the quadcopter lands, it can land very gently because of its propeller style. So there's very little impact and damage to the drone with each landing. With a propeller-based drone, they land hard, and they land, again, they need a lot of runway to do it. So over time, that's going to take more of a toll on the drone itself. Where the quadcopter can usually land in under 4 feet, the fixed wing needs at least 30 feet just in runway to slow down as it comes in for landing, just like a plane. With the Boomerang, if something happens, if your drone flies away or is damaged, you get a free replacement. We'll just overnight it to you the next day. If you get a fixed wing from any other drone company on the market that we know of, if something happens, if it flies off, if it clips a tree and is damaged, you're just out that money. If you just spent $50,000 on a drone, you're back to the store to buy another one. Quadcopters have a very tight turning radius. Fixed wings, like a plane, that they take big wide turns. They're both fairly portable. The Boomerang is 14 inches wingspan. Fixed wing is about 38 inches. But you know, either one is manageable. If you have a flatbed truck, you'll be able to get it around. As long as you have ground control points, you can get down to 1 centimeter precision with the Boomerang, whereas with a fixed wing, the absolute max is about 1 inch precision. In terms of ease of use, for the Boomerang, all you have to do, hit the button, walk away. It will take itself off, survey the area, collect all the data, come back, land itself, scan the data up to the cloud. You don't have to pilot it. Other than hitting the on button, there's really no interaction. With a fixed wing, at least the ones we've seen on the market, you actually have to turn it on, power it up, so it's a live drone, pick it up, and then hurl it into the air, which is It's amazing that some people do this. And where it gets really crazy is then after it's come back from collecting its data, you have to catch the thing in midair with it while it's live with its propeller, which obviously has some safety concerns. That said, if you're willing to make these trade-offs, the fixed wing can go much further, much longer because of its design. So whereas the boomerang or most any quadcopter can fly a max of 25 minutes, a fixed wing can fly up to 50 minutes. And well, for us, on any one flight, really 200 acres is about the most we can capture. And of course, we can do multiple flights, but on one flight, that's the most we can get. A fixed wing can capture up to 2,000 acres in one flight. So obviously, if you have a massive long range project, fixed wing has a lot of benefits. If you have something a little smaller, in the up to 200 acre site and you value the precision and safety, then probably a quadcopter is going to be a better fit for your needs. No matter what you want to use, we highly recommend going with some kind of automated platform. It is very difficult to pilot a drone manually, even with everything we just described, all the progress that's been made in the technology. No human can really replicate the same level of accuracy of an automated solution, especially if it's a repetitive job that's going to be done again and again and again. So it's fine if you want a fixed wing. It's fine if you want a multi-copter or quadcopter, but we do strongly advise whatever you go with, try to go with something that you can automate. And here's why. If you don't have an automated solution, this is what your job is going to look like using a drone. So first off, you have to research, purchase, configure, and maintain the technology. And that's not just limited to the drone itself. You do need to pick a drone, but you also need to choose hardware that can process the data. You need software to process the data. You may need a team to actually run these reports. And it all has to play nice together and fit together. Once you have all that figured out, you'll need a KML with the map perimeter of the area you want to work on. You have to lay ground control points. You have to create and upload a flight plan. If you don't have an automated solution, then you have to potentially hire a pilot who will then manually take the drone off, fly the area, come back, land it, and then keep swapping out batteries and downloading the data until the job's done. Or if it's an automated solution, it will take care of that for you. And then your system needs to geotag the data, upload the data to the cloud, process the data, analyze the data, and then finally store and manage the data for further use, warehousing, and secure sharing. And what's cool about identified technologies, what gets me so excited about what we're able to offer our customers, is we automate a huge amount of that. So, and the key, you see anything tagged with identified technologies, that's a step that we take care of for you, that you don't have to worry about. And our automated processing gets you results in a few hours. Most people are used to getting results back in most cases months. So to get it back in potentially hours is a game changer. And we have an automated workflow. Usually training someone to use it takes 2 hours or less. So let me show you what this process looks like if you're working with identified technologies. You send us the KML with the map perimeter of the area that you want surveyed. It's flown. And then you can just analyze the results and collaborate with your team, sharing it either with your coworkers, if you're a project manager, maybe sending it to the specific contractors that you have questions about or instructions for, or sending it off to your customers to show them what a great job you're doing, or your leadership team. And secure sharing is just built right into the package. There's no manual piloting. It's very scalable. Whether you have one site or 1,000, we can rapidly get you up to speed and equipped. And it's a commercial grade, highly reliable product. So anyone could say all this. I'd like to show you a quick video of our technology in action. So that lets you actually see our product in action. It is the only truly autonomous drone system. Not only do we offer the Boomerang drone with can do everything I described. It flies safely in rain and winds up to 33 miles per hour. It's robust, reliable, consistent data capture. And like I said, it includes free overnight replacements if you ever have a problem. It also, we also have available an automatic smart dock station called the Launchpad. And what that does, it automatically swaps out batteries for you, and it automatically pushes the captured data to the servers. So if you do have large repetitive jobs, you don't have to be out there manually swapping batteries after every landing. This takes care of that for you completely, and it scans the data up to the cloud. So the few remaining steps that still needed to be automated, this takes care of that. And if you use the drone with or without the dock station, we also include our dashboard software. So we the data is automatically scanned up to the cloud. We process it with our engine into high-res 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional maps, whatever you need. Our dashboard enables collaboration and analytics, and it exports to all leading mapping software formats. So whatever you're using now, you can keep using. You're going to be getting the same data that you're used to, but now it's going to be faster, it's more accurate, and more automated. And you're not stuck getting data back, 2 months later from a job where now the site's changed so much the data's not even accurate. You're seeing where your site is today or where it was yesterday. And we understand that most companies, they want to use drones, they just aren't sure where to start. So if you do feel like Identified and the Boomerang and drone technology could be a good fit for you, we're here to walk you through that journey on every phase of the way. So we do initial advising, making sure that drone strategy is even right for you, that it can really meet your needs, and given that, helping you find the right drone for you. And that's part of why we offer our webinars and our workshops, but we're happy to do hands-on, one-to-one consultations. We help with the implementation, transforming how you manage your job site, getting this to be part of just standard operating procedure. We have safety training, FAA regulations, and we have our own insurance policy that covers everything. It's a fully integrated system, and we handle both the local solutions on your site and the remote solutions to handle all the processing and access. And then we do long-term enhancements. So we're always making our system faster, more reliable, even more accurate, and adding new features to it. And it comes with full lifetime product warranty and premium support. So with that, I want to thank you. I know you're all very, very busy. You have a lot of other demands on your time, and I appreciate you spending your morning with me, learning a little bit about the drone industry and what drones are right for specific jobs. And I want to open it up for Q&A. So if you haven't noticed it yet, there's a field here called chat roll. It's right under the webinar video. And if you like, please sign in, enter any questions you want, and I will try to get to them. And while people are answering questions, I also want to let you guys know about one other opportunity. So under that chat roll box is one other link. It says, win a free month of aerial drone surveys. And what that is if you fill out a survey for us, you can win up to $10,000 of basically completely unlimited aerial drone access. So that means we come out, we set you up, we set up your site, and you can get as many surveys as you want. It could be just constant new information, and we take care of that. So the survey only takes a few minutes. It basically just lets us know a little more what people are looking for and making sure we're meeting their needs. And then from there, like I said, you can win up to $10,000 worth of surveying. So with that, I'll kick it back to the Q&A. And if anyone is having any issues with sound, I would try just refreshing the page. All right, so let me go through some of the questions. And again, please feel free to keep entering new questions as we go through these. So one person asked, how do I safeguard information collected by drone on the way back or if intercepted by competitive agency? So the drone, as it's capturing the data, it's stored in its own onboard flash memory drive. And then it comes back, and at that point, you set it up with your Wi-Fi, or if you want, we can do a remote hotspot if you don't have Wi-Fi available on your work site. And then that data is securely transmitted and set off to our processing centers, where then again you can securely access it. So it's encrypted every step of the way. That's a good question, though. Another question was, this is to a land surveyor. Can it do topographical maps and trees and high grass? Absolutely. Now you will see if there's huge fluctuations, it'll capture that if it's very dense. But that's just accurately what's on the ground. So we've done in all different areas, all different kinds of environments, and that's no problem. And then we had a question on the cloud. So what software and program is the data? So a lot of our system is proprietary. It's built in-house, so it all fits well together. But we output in every industry standard. So whatever you're used to getting your reports in, that's what you'll be getting working with identified technologies. It'll be a format that matches your current needs. Okay. We had a question on land surveying. It was, what would be the cost to update an existing survey that's about 200 acres in the Florida Panhandle area? So our system, a lot of the point of it is it's automated, so you can do repetitive jobs. We're great for people where, you know what, maybe they need this once a month or once a quarter. One-offs, it's not as beneficial, just because why automate something you're only going to do once anyway? So if this is an area that has repetitive needs for tasks, we would love to help you out. But usually we charge on sort of a monthly plan, not a one-off plan. But if you are interested in a one-off, definitely contact us, and I'll give you some more information in a second, or sign up for the free month of aerial drone surveys, and you may just win the job for free. In terms of how long it takes to upload a flight, that's another good question. It depends how much data was captured. So if they just flew 200 acres and it's a slow Wi-Fi connection, the upload time could take up to maybe, we'll say ballpark an hour. But if it was a shorter job, maybe only 10 acres, and it's a fast Wi-Fi connection, it'll be done in a few minutes. So the upload time isn't significant. And again, when you're comparing this to the standard being months, whether it's minutes or an hour is not, it's still a big step in the right direction. A lot of the times people just can't believe it. Well, we did a job for someone last week, and they asked us when we'd have it back, expecting literally, sometime next month or whatever. And it was in their inbox the next morning when they got to work. So they were really happy to see that. In terms of when thermal imaging will be ready to assess ground mount solar arrays, that's a good question. It's something that we're testing now. And if you're interested in being part of that beta program or early adopter program, it's potentially something we could work on with you. It's on the roadmap. It'll certainly be within the next 6 months, potentially even sooner. And I would just encourage you to contact us so we can learn a little more about your needs. When someone feels like they're going to be a good client and a good customer, we've done partnerships in the past. We'll even kind of fast track technology specifically for their needs. And there have been a few specific questions here. So I want to encourage everyone to make sure they get all the information that they need to really understand our systems. So please take a moment. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. I know our technology well, but Jeffrey Black is our Senior Business Consultant. He's really has the most experience. He works hands-on with all our clients, making sure that they're getting exactly what they need, and that our system is doing everything for them, and that, like I said, we're not right for everyone. If you have, if all your jobs are 2,000-acre sites, we want to be upfront about that and manage expectations. So for a couple of these questions, like the solar arrays, thermal, exploring different applications and uses, I'd encourage you to sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with Jeffrey Black. You can do that through this link here, the black.youcanbookme link. Totally free. Take 15 minutes. Just let him know a little bit more about what your needs are. And if we can't help you, if we're not a good match, we'll at least point you in the right direction to the solution that is going to be right for you. So again, it's Jeffrey Black. He's the Senior Business Consultant for Identified Technologies. He's here entirely for you to help your business get up to speed with drones. And yeah, it's just black.youcanbookme. Okay, so we had a good question here about ground control points. So all a ground control point is something that can be seen from overhead. It can be cones, it can be a spray painted mark on the ground, it can be any kind of marker. And then we use that as a guide later when we're assembling the aerial map. And it just gives us kind of a beacon to call on to get our level of precision, to that sub-centimeter level. You can do flights without it, but they're just kind of the belt and suspenders insurance to make sure your map's perfect. A ground control point doesn't have to be any more than just literally a spray painted X on the ground of the site that then we can just reference on the map later. Again, this is something that Jeff or anyone on our team can talk you through it, give you examples, but that's the easiest part of the job. If you can put a mark on the ground, then you can lay a ground control point. And with that, I'd welcome a couple more questions, but I want to be respectful of your time. On this page, besides the win a free month of aerial drone surveys link, which again, I'd encourage you, please take a moment, fill it out. All it's going to do is let us know a little bit more about what your needs are, how we can serve you better, and you stand to win up to $10,000 worth of unlimited aerial survey on your site, and we'll take care of everything for you. And then right below that is our white paper and webinar course certificate. So if you want to learn more about what we've covered today or share the contents with anyone you work with, that'll be the best way to do it. And if you think that what we covered today was interesting, if you think it would be relevant to anyone you work with or any of your clients or partners, I'll be emailing out tomorrow a recording of what we've covered here today. So with that, I would just encourage you, please, if you do have any further questions, if you want to learn more about how our technology can apply to your business, please sign up for the 15-minute consultation at Black. You can book me. It's completely free. Sign up to win a free month of aerial drone surveys right below this webinar. And with that, I just want to thank you all for your time. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you today. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thank you.